All right, so let's get started on part 3 of Anna's website, images and form styling. So our mission in this lesson is to learn how to include the logo image, how to add a background image, and how to style the email input form. So let's move to the next slide. Again, another image of what our final site is going to look like. Let's get started. Number 1, the logo image. Adding an image is easy. Just use the image tag. Replace the H1 tag with image source assets anna.png. So we're going to remove our H1 tag and replace it with an image tag with the source attribute of slash assets slash anna.png. And we can now see in our site view that a picture of Anna has shown up in a circle. The image tag uses the image located at the URL in the source attribute. Assets anna.png doesn't look like a URL to me. Don't URLs need a domain like http://mysite.com in them? Good question. There are actually two types of URLs, absolute and relative. Absolute URL, http://dash.ga.co/assets/logo.png. Absolute URLs are the type of links you're used to. They include http:// and the full domain name before the directory, assets/logo.png. Relative URL, /assets/logo.png. Relative URLs are shortcuts that allow you to skip the domain name. It only works if you're linking to a file on the same domain as the current page. 2. Background images. Remember the background property from earlier? We used it to make the body's background a color, black, but you can also use it to change the background to an image. You can set the background to an image like this, background equals URL, and then provide a URL in the quotes. URL should be set to an actual path to an image file. Checkpoint. Change the background from black to URL http://dash.ga.co/assets/annabg.png. So in our background attribute, we're going to change the value from black to URL equals http://dash.ga.co/assets/anna-bg.png. And now our bridge background has appeared. Great, now let's make the background image look a little better on the page. This is how you prevent the background from appearing tiled. There's a new attribute, background size, and it's been given the value of cover. So we'll add a new attribute called background size, and we'll set it to cover. This will center the background image on the page. Background position center. So we'll add another rule. Three, form styles. So far we've only applied styles to the body tag. Let's get more specific and start applying styles to other elements. Let's make the paragraph's font a little bigger. Within the paragraph, so let's create a new paragraph selector and give that the font size attribute a value of 22 pixels. By setting border to 0, we can get rid of some of the default styling on our inputs. So on our text input, we have to use a new selector, input, and a new attribute, border 0, and then close our bracket. Padding is the amount of space between the edge of an element and the stuff inside it. Let's even it out for both input elements and set it to 10 pixels. So again, within our input selector, we're going to add another attribute, padding. We're going to set it to 10 pixels. You'll notice both our submit button and our input button have gotten a little bit larger. Let's increase the font size to make it more proportionate to the rest of the text. So if we increase the font size within this input, it'll look a little better with the additional padding we added in the last step. So font size 18 pixels. It's a little bit smaller than what we added up top. And almost done. Let's make the call to action button nice and bright red, and then we're finished. So that submit button should be red. You can select an element by one of its attributes by using the square brackets, like this. So we can add another input selector, but we'll make this one special by after the input adding a square brackets, and within that adding type equals submit. So this will only affect the inputs with the type equals submit attribute. And now we can make the background red and the color white. For example, you could select the email input using either input type email or input placeholder your email. Both would work. Again, demonstrating how the selectors work. So now we've created our red submit button, and Anna says, wow, my new website looks great. Love it. I'm recommending you to all my friends if they need any web work done. So Anna is very happy with the output of her website. And that is it for lesson 3 in this section.